ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपनिषद्वस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पदा नशृण्वन्नोतिभिः साधनम्। ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। शारदा शारदाम्बुज वदना वदनाम्बुजे सर्वदा सर्वदास्माकं सन्निधिं सन्निधिं क्रियात्। सदा शिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं यक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषम् पराशरात्मजं वन्दे स्वकतातं तपोनिधिं। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। अचतुर्वदनो ब्रह्मा देवाहुरपरो हरिः अभागलोचनः शम्भुः भगवान् बादरायण। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। We'll read some suttas. 32nd Sutra. सर्वत्र प्रसिद्धोपदेशात् विवक्षित गुणोपपत्तेश्च अनुपपत्तेस्तु न शारीरः कर्म कर्तृव्यपदेशाच्च शब्द विशेषात् स्मृतेश्च अर्भकौकस्त्वात् तत्यपदेशाच्च न इति चेत् न निचायत्वादेवं योमवच्च संभोगप्राप्तिरिति चेत् न वैशेष्या अत्ताचराचरग्रहणात् is 195. कठवल्लीषु पठ्यते यस्य ब्रह्म च क्षत्रं च उभे भवत ओदनः मृत्युर्यस्योपसेचनम् क इत्था वेद यत्र सः इति अत्र कश्चित् ओदना उपसेचन सूचितः अत्ता प्रतीयते तत्र किम् अग्निरत्ता स्यात् उत जीवः अथवा परमात्मेति संशयः विशेष अनवधारणात् त्रयाणां च अग्निजीव परमात्मनाम् अस्मिन् ग्रन्थे प्रश्नोपन्यासोपलब्धेः किन्तावत् प्राप्तम् अग्नियत्ता इति कुतः अग्निरन्नादः इति श्रुति प्रसिद्धिभ्याम् जीवो वात्ता स्यात् तयोरन्नपिप्पलं स्वादुवत्ति इति दर्शनात् न परमात्मा अनश्नन्नन्योऽपि चाकशीति इति दर्शनात् इत्येवं प्राप्ते ब्रूमः अत्तात्र परमात्मा भवितुमर्हति कुतः चराचरग्रहणात् चराचरं हि स्थावरजङ्गमं मृत्युपसेचनं याद्यत्वेन प्रतीयते तादृशस्य च अद्यस्य न परमात्मनः अन्यः कार्त्स्नेन अत्था संभवति परमात्मा तु विकारजातं संहरन् सर्वम् अत्तीति उपपद्यते ननु इह चराचर ग्रहणं नोपलभ्यते कथं सिद्धवच्चराचर ग्रहणं हेतुत्वेन कथं सिद्धवत् चराचर ग्रहणम हेतुत्वेन कुपादीयते नैष दोषः मृत्युपसेचनत्वेन सर्वस्य प्राणिनिकायस्य प्रतीयमानत्वात् ब्रह्मक्षत्रयोश्च प्राधान्यात् प्रदर्शनार्थत्वोपपत्तेः यत्तु परमात्मनोऽपि न अत्रत्वं संभवति अनश्नन्नन्यभिचाक्षिकी इति दर्शनादिति अत्रोच्यते कर्मफलभोगस्य प्रतिषेधकम् एतद्दर्शनम् तस्य सन्निहितत्वात् न विकारसंहारस्य प्रतिषेधकम् सर्ववेदान्तेषु सृष्टिस्थितिसंहारकारणत्वेन ब्रह्मणः प्रसिद्धत्वात् तस्मात् परमात्मा एव इह अत्ता भवितुम् अर्हति। प्रकरणाच्च इतश्च परमात्मा एव इह अत्ता भवितुम् अर्हति। यत्कारणं प्रकरणमिदं परमात्मनः न जायते म्रियते वा विपश्चित् इत्यादि प्रकृतिग्रहणं च न्याय्यम् कैत्था वेद यत्र सः इति च दुर्विज्ञानत्वम् परमात्मलिंगम् we were seeing this 9th sutra of the second path, Atta Adhikaran, or Atra Adhikaran is the name. And what we had seen, which mantra is the one? Yasya brahmacha kshatram cha ubhe bhavata odanah mrityor yasyopasechanam kaitha vedayatrasa 1.2.25. This is the mantra of Kathopanishad, which is under contention. So in this mantra, what is the point here mentioned? That Brahma and Kshatra is the eaten of that eater. So Brahmacha Kshatram cha ubhe bhavata udana. And what is the meaning of Mrityu Yasya Upasechanam? He is the eater of the death also. So when we go to sleep, not only the world, but time is also not experienced. That means world and time go together. You can't experience time without world. You can't experience world without time. this is there. World and time are inseparable, because to experience time you need to Kram Samvit is Kal, and for Kram to happen there has to be two. Sequence can be among at least two is required. Desh, Dirgh Vistar Samvit was Desh, and Kram Samvit Namu Kalaha. And therefore, to experience the time you need two, and for experiencing two you need space, or you need two thoughts. So this was the third line of that particular mantra. Then fourth line was, what is fourth line? Kaitha Vedayatra Saha. Itha. Itha means in this manner. Which manner? Eating manner. One who consumes the whole world. Kaitha Ved. Who can know the Paramatma in this manner? Which manner? Swallower of the world. One was the swallower of the whole world. Who can know the Paramatma in this manner? Oh, is not a question mark. It is a tell that nobody can know it other than me. It is to tell that it is not a comprehensible, only few can comprehend. Yatra saha. First understand the mantra, then only you'll understand the sutra. So, kaitha vedyatra saha, it means who can know the Paramatma as what? As a swallower of time. As a swallower of time. Kal atitatvena kahaveda. Kal atitatvena kahaveda. Ko veda. See, kaitha vedyatra saha. Who can know as the swallower of time? Kal atitatvena kahaveda. Kahaved doesn't mean nobody can know. Kahaved means very few can comprehend. Kaschid dhira pratyagatma, and that is the intention here. Very few can know, because this is not a known by gross intellect. Ascharyavat pashyati kashchidenam, ascharyavat vadati tathaiva chanya, ascharyavat chayanam anya shrunote, shrutva apyenam na veda kaschit. So it is wonder, it is very subtle to comprehend. That is the intention here. Yatra saha. Saha means here. Saha means? Yatra saha means what? Loudly? Paramatma. Yatra saha. Yatra saha, that Atma. Where is that Atma? Who can know where the Paramatma is located? Question is, who can know where Paramatma is located? Why? Because we are in the habit of knowing by location. And whole location is in Paramatma. So Paramatma is not located. It cannot be located because Akash itself is swollen away by him. So he is locationless. So in the third quarter and fourth quarter, this Paramatma has been mentioned as the eater of time and space also. Got it? In the third quarter, in the first two quarters, he has been mentioned as the eater of all beings. Beings. And in the third, And in the fourth and third quarter, in the first and second quarter, Paramatma has been mentioned as the eater of all beings. Please see this mantra properly, then you will understand what is the problem here. In the third and fourth quarter, he has been mentioned as the eater of time and space. Mrityur yasyopasechanam is mentioned as the eater of time. And kaitha ved yatra saha, by yatra word space has been taken care of. Who can know where he is? Because he is not in space. Maya kalpida desha kala kalana vai chitra chitri kritam. Maya kalpita desha kala kalana vai chitra chitri kritam. From him only things come and in him only go. Okay, I hope mantra is clear now. Not clear? Mantra. Now let us go to the continuation. I already explained. Now I am giving a systematic analysis for your notes and for your understanding. What is a continuation? It is said that Paramatma is eater of beings, time and space. This is said now. But the problem is, Upanishad does not use the word Paramatma. It is using the word Yasya. Yasya word. Yes means of that, for that. If the Paramatma words were used, then there was no problem. But Yasya word has been used, which created a new problem here. So in this particular sutra, shloka, relative pronoun, co-pronoun and interrogative pronoun has been used. Yasya sa kaha. So, but noun is not used. Relative pronoun, yasya. The correlative pronoun, saha. And interrogative pronoun, kaha, has been used. But somehow the noun is missing, so there is a little confusion. And through this adhikaran, we'll be establishing that this pronoun is nothing but the Paramatma alone. Through this adhikaran, we'll be establishing this point only. I hope this is clear. To make the matter little, what shall I say, complicated, Kathopanishad talks about different subjects. It talks about Agni Devata, it talks about Jivan, it talks about Paramatma. And therefore this matter got more compounded. You have Kathopanishad, Mantra Pushpam, you see. In Mantra Pushpam, what is 1.2.24 words? Mantra. Huh? What? Na virato duscharitat, na shanto, na samahita, na shant manaso vapi prajnane namavapnuyat. Before that, Mayam Atma Pravachan Labhyanam Vidya. Before that, okay. And therefore the confusion of pronoun is coming. Well, clearly the description of Atma sadhan has been described before this mantra. Sadhan has been navirto duscharitat na shanto na samavita na shanto va manasva pragyanam. Therefore, the problem started that clear-cut noun is not mentioned. And the Upanishad is talking about three things. Which three things? Agni Devata, Jivatma and Paramatma. And therefore pronoun can mention. Purpak said by pronoun can be Agni Devata, pronoun can be Jivatma, Paramatma. How you are taking it is Paramatma only. And now Sutrkar is going to establish that pronoun only means Paramatma and not Agni Devata and not the Jivatma. So he will be refuting that pronoun cannot be Agni Devata, pronoun cannot be Jivatma. Because second boon what Nachiketa had asked was about the Nachiket Agni. There was a specific Agni kindled through the specific mantra for Swarg going to the Swarg. If you remember, that was also one of the goals in this particular Sattvam Agnim Swargyam Adhesh Mrityo Prabruhitam Shraddhadhanaya Mahyam. Therefore these 3 points are mentioned. Then Jeev also has been mentioned here. Yesterday you heard the third mantra, third boon was Yeyam Prete Vichikitsa Manshe Asti Teke Nayam Asti Tichaike. Some say this Jeev is there, some saying is not there. Etad Vidyam Anushishtas Tvayaham Varanam Esha Tritiyo Varena. So this is the third boon he had asked. This is the mention about Jivatma. And about Paramatma, Anyatra Dharmad, Anyatra Dharmad, Anyatra Smat Krita Kritat. So 3 questions Nachiketa has asked. Anyatra Bhutacha Bhavyacha Yattat Pashyasi Tat Vada. Okay, so these are, and therefore, whom shall I take this Atta to? Who is the topic whom I can take the Atta to? Atta, who shall I take that? Okay. Because Upanishad is talking about all 3. It also told about the Swarg Agni. It also told about the Jeev. It also told about the Paramatma also. So, whom shall I take? Because all 3 are coming earlier. And they all are the noun earlier. Which one shall I take? This is the contention and this is the basis of the Adhikara. Now let us go to the analysis of the first sutra. So analysis is that, what is the sutra here? What is the sutra? Atta Charachara Grahanat. So eater is only Paramatma. Eater is only the Atma, because food here is not an ordinary food. Food is the whole world. Oh, I told yesterday that Agni cannot eat everything. Remember that. Agni cannot eat everything. Agni can eat only 3 things. 2 things rather. Prithvi Tattva and Jal Tattva. The Vayu Tattva is space, thought, Jeev, Avyakt. Agni has no access there because Agni is the effect. And effect cannot destroy the cause because it is its Atma. Anything cannot act on its Atma. So Atmani Kriya Virodhat. Because effect cannot destroy. Pot cannot destroy the mud. With pot you can destroy somebody's head. but cannot destroy the mud itself. So here, atta Paramatma eva charachar grahanat. This is the point here. So how this is clear now? What is the word meaning of word analysis? So you have to add the word Paramatma. After atta, you add the word Paramatma. So in bracket you write Paramatma. Atta Paramatma ev bhavati. And then you write the charachar grahanat. That eater is Paramatma. Because movable and immovable things, grahan means mentioned. Grahan means uktatvat. Uktatvat. Charachar is mentioned by the word. Uktatvat, it has been mentioned. So Upanishada uktatvat. Upanishada uktatvat. Mantrin uktatvat. Grahanat means uktatvat. It has been mentioned. It has been enumerated, indicated. So how will you translate the whole sutra now? Because of the mention of charachar as food, because of the mention of charachar food, comma, eater can be Paramatma or Atma only, and not the Jeev and Agni. Okay. Because of the mention of the charachar as food, because of the mention of charachar, sentient and insentient as the food, eater can be only the Atma and not the Agni and Ji. This is that put in bracket. Now let us go to questions. This completes the sutra. No, completed, yes. Sutra is what? Few questions and Purupaksh. What are the questions here? Question number 1. How do you say Charachar Prapanch is mentioned? How did you say that Charachar Prapanch is mentioned? Mantra only mentions Brahman and Kshatri. Yes, Brahmachakshot Kshatram cha Ubhe Bhavata Odana is mentioned. And you had extended it to whole world. Don't you think you are overstretching it? He said no. Because Brahman and Kshatriya are upalakshanam. Upalakshana. Upalakshana, you understand, no? Indicated meaning. They are only words for all. Upalakshana is that one word is given, but it includes all. So one person is scolded, but he is upalakshana for everybody. That is called upalakshana maryada. So one person feels why you are talking to others also do the same mistake. No, you are only upalakshana. Everybody is included. No, but tell to everybody because they are all thinking that I am only wrong. It is upalakshana. That mistake everybody is doing, but you are upalakshana. So, where do you take the literal meaning and where you take the applied meaning? That is upalakshana maryada. Upalakshana. Okay. I hope you are. How do you know that? How do you know that Brahma and Kshatriya are upalakshana? Because of the upsechanam. because of the Kal Tattva mentioned here. With the help of Kal Tattva, Kal consumes all. Dhyan dena. See the logic which is going on. Because time is the one which does not, it's not that time consumes Brahman and Kshatriya and leaves others. When time consumes Vaishya Shudri as much as Brahman and Kshatriya. Not only Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, but animal, plant, everything time is eating. This is the logical point is there. So therefore, not only time will eat. Brahman, Kshatriya means Vaishya, Shudra, all beings. But time will eat plant, time will eat animal, time will eat fire also, time will eat earth also, time will eat Agni also, time will eat Vayu also, time will eat space also. Everything is eaten by the time. Time will eat thought also. You cannot have experience of thought without time. And somebody will eat time also. This is why Uplakshan has been used. I hope it is clear. Okay. This is one point. Why did you say Charachar? Charachar has been mentioned by Bhagwan Vedavyas. But this argument Shankaracharya Bhagwan raises. So why you are using Charachar? Charachar has not been used in the mantra. So he says this point here. Where he says, that is for you to read. I cannot show everything. 197 page you see. Second line. Nanu iha charachar grahanam nopulabhyate. Katham siddhavat charachar grahanam hetutven upadiyate. Naish dosha. This is from Shankaracharya. Mrityu upsechanatvena. Got it? Sarvasya prani nikayasya pradyemanatvat brahma kshatriyoscha pradhanyat pradarsanatvat upapadyate. Because they are main, therefore they had been mentioned. In that everybody is included. Everybody is included. This is the first Purpaksh. You will be knowing how the thinking is going on. Everybody is included. This is the first. Second point now. Purpaksh, second Purpaksh is there. Only why don't you say Jivatma is the eater? Only why you want to say Jivatma is eater? Because Atta is only Bhokta. Please note, please keep in touch with the Bhashya. Your heart should be with the Bhashya. Don't miss the Bhashya. And if you are a good student, which you are, I hope, so from time to time you will refer to Bhashya and read in your room also. Bole, I am not that good student. So this, we should take the Jivatma as Atta. This is the second Purpaksh. Why are you saying like that? Because Atta is Bhokta. In the Shastra, the word Akarta and Abhokta is mentioned for always Paramatma and never for Atma. Purpaksh is saying that as far as we have learned Vedanta, Paramatma is always mentioned as Akarta, Abhokta, and Jeev is always mentioned as Bhokta and Karta. So Atta should not be taken for the Paramatma. Atta should be taken for the Jivatma. Is it okay? Oh, and I have support of the Upanishad. Dvasuparna Savija Sakhaya Samanam Vriksham Parishashvajate Tayoranya Pippalam Swadvatya Nashnananyo Abhichakashiti. The Tayor Anna. So here the eater is mentioned as the Jeev. Jivatma is the eater bird. samsari roop bhoktritvat. Ad and bhuj. Bhokta has come from bhuj dhatu and atta has come from ad dhatu. Both have the meaning of to eat. So atta is equal to bhokta, bhokta is equal to samsari, samsari is equal to jeev. Atta is equal to bhokta, eater is equal to enjoyer, and atta is equal to bhokta, bhokta is equal to samsari, and samsari is equal to jeev. And because of this atta is equal to jeev. Oh. And therefore here jeev should be mentioned. Because Paramatma is the one which is mentioned as anashnan anyo abhichakashiti. He does not eat. He is not eating anything. You only are making him eat. You cannot eat without tasting something. You have to taste and eat. That means you become enjoyer while eating. Howsoever insipid food you eat, but definitely you are enjoyer. You are enjoyer of the insipid food also. You are thinking you are not enjoying, but you are enjoying that insipid food also. Bland food you are enjoying. It is a Paramatma alone which is anashnan anyo abhichakashiti. Abhichakashiti means he watches only. Paramatma does not eat. This I am using from Mundak. Acha. Okay, you have completed? Yes, I have completed, but I can again come. Okay. So, Bhashikar says, भाई देखो ऐसा है, in the Shastra, the word atta and bhokta can refer to Paramatma or Jivatma depending on the context. Well, you brought out new thing. No, listen. See, when I'm talking, you listen. When you are talking, I was keeping quiet. Now you keep quiet. If you have any question, let me finish, then you start. Don't interrupt in between. In the Shastra, the word bhokta or atta, eater, can refer to Jivatma and Paramatma. Please see the line of argument. It may appear very simple, but it is not that simple. You have a sequence there. And therefore he calls for another sutra, Prakaranacha. Oh, you have gone to another sutra also? Yes. Prakaranacha. 10th sutra is there. I will come to that. So, atta and bhokta can refer to Jivatma also and Paramatma also, depending on the context. And therefore, you should not conclude without seeing what is the context. I have said many times, please don't describe anything unless you decide what is the context of a particular subject. Supposing somebody says, what is the meaning of cold? Just don't say cold means cold. No, cold means where the cold is a cold reception. It was a cold reception. Cold does not mean all the time the chill of the winter. Cold can mean reception also. Body has gone cold. This institution is very cold. Nothing happens. So cold also indicates absence of activity. Cold also indicates death. Cold also indicates cold wave of the winter. And cold also indicates absence of love, etc. So one word cold has many meanings. Well, how do we decide which meaning is there? You have to say which is the other word, in which context the cold word is coming. Then you will decide the meaning of cold. Don't jump into the meaning of the cold and give the meaning immediately. He is a very cold person. I went there and it was very cold reception. The doctor said now body has become cold. Always don't jump. Okay. Well, but how do you decide the context? Guru Paksh is asking, how do you decide the context? You are saying as per the context we are deciding it, but I am asking a question, please, Mr. Ashikar. How do you decide the context? It is determined by saying, please note, these points are important for you. Well, how do you decide that eater is Jiva or Paramatma? That will be decided by what is eaten. What? Eater is Jiva or Paramatma. Who will decide whether eater? Eater is decided by what is eaten. Got my point, no? Supposing in my room you had put sandwich and what is it called, band, etc. And it is eaten. Now, who is the eater? You have to decide now who has eaten that, because our Swamiji does not eat this. Somebody else must have eaten that. So, by what is eaten, you decide the eater. Then don't conclude the Swamiji is eaten. No, he does not eat that. So, somebody else must have come. He must be hungry, I think. He must have felt that this is there. And as a prasad, he must have taken it. Slowly, and therefore it is empty. And he left the plate. This is very bad habit. If he had eaten, he should have taken the plate and washed it also. But he took the food and left the plate and covered also. So with a lot of hope, I opened it. Lot of scenes are there in the kitchen. If you go, it's quite a model. He says, "Bhai, tell me, Jeev can only eat karmphal." When I say karmphal, yesterday I was telling, today I am just putting it more sequentially. Karmphal means he is a sukh dukh bhokta. Jeev is not the bhokta of any outer object also. Bhokta word is not used for anything else. If you remember, I had told this point. This comes in Kindle Life and Manual of Self-Unfoldment also. He is not the bhokta of everything. One sannyasi was there. So somebody told you should not touch a woman also. So okay, I will not touch. But one woman was drowning. So he lifted and touched and gave her life. She got life. Now the other person who saw, he says, see, I told you, you have become Bole, no, but I did not become bhokta. When you don't become sukhi and dukhi, then you are not the bhokta. So touching is not enjoying. This is the word karmphal tyag has been mentioned. And eating is also not enjoying. Ambarish was living in full luxuries. In Bhagavad it comes. He had everything. But because his mind was totally centered on the God, so best of the food came to him, but he was not enjoying it. He was taking with a prasad buddhi. He was a king, therefore he had to put on the royal attire also. King cannot be in simple dhoti, that to torn because of havan. So, or when he was a king, he had everything, but he was not a bhokta. So bhokta means sukh dukh bhokta. This point understand. Eating is not called enjoying. Medicine you are not enjoying. Will enjoy the medicine? I am not enjoying. I am just eating it. Second point. Samast prapanch has been mentioned. When the whole universe is mentioned as the object of meeting. Here, eating means not eating. It's again figurative expression. It is where dissolving into oneself is called eating here. Lay karta. Here, bhokta. Eating means lay karta. It's not eating for the sake of taste and putting in the stomach. It is not that meaning. Here, eating means lay karta is some lay karta of the whole prapanch, of the whole, in whom the whole world dissolves. That cannot be Jeev, that can be only Paramatma only. Brahman alone is having the lakshan in which whole world resolves. Because Jeev is ineffective, in which in him all powers don't resolve. In Jeeves, all power doesn't resolve. Then therefore, Paramatma alone is lay karta. I hope this point is now clear. And Paramatma is muktaha. Paramatma is muktaha. And therefore in Kathopanishad 1.2.25, are we referring to Karmphal as a eaten, or universe as a eaten? We are not referring to the Karmphal which is eaten. We are referring to universe as a eaten. And that too sentient and insentient. By Brahma and Kshatram, sentient has been indicated. And by Yatra Saha, insentient also has been indicated. Everything, space also has been eaten for that. Not clear? Here I think. No difficulty. Just see the bhashya. Yes, I want to. If I don't see, then you should see it. Supposing I don't see, I miss the portion, then you should go and room that what was mentioned. Was the topic touched or not? And it is possible sometimes that some lines I may miss. But important things I am trying not to miss. See what is written here. Second Purupaksh. Yattu Paramatmanaha na atritvam sambhavati. See the fourth line, page 197. Yattu Paramatmanaha api na atritvam sambhavati anashnan anyo abhichakashiti iti darshanat. He is saying in the Paramatma, eatingness is not possible. Yattu Paramatmana, of the Paramatma, na atritvam sambhavati anashnan anyaha abhichakashiti iti darshanat. Darshanat means this has been shown. Shastrat. Repeating ourselves, drishyate aneniti darshanam shastram tasmadityartha. Atruchyate. This has been mentioned by Shankaracharya Bhagavan. What he says? Karma phal bhogasya pratishedakam etad darshanam. This, when it is said he is not the eating, it is only meaning that he is not the enjoyer of fruit of action. Karma phal bhogasya pratishedakam etad darshanam tasya sannihitatvat. Because that alone, sannihitatvat, means that is the closest meaning, because the topic of karma phala is there in that particular mantra. Tayuranya pippalam. Pippalam word has been used. So pippalam is for the karma phal. Swaduvatti. So because of the karma phal topic, there the meaning of not eating is that he is not sukhi and dukhi. Tat sannihitatvat. Sannihitatvat means the proximity is there. Meaning of that here. न विकार संहारस्य प्रतिषेधकम. It is not said that Paramatma, everything doesn't resolve into it. न विकार संहारस्य प्रतिषेधकम न. That particular sutra, mantra, which one? Na anashnananya. By this word, he is not refuting that whole word doesn't resolve in it, or he is not the lakarta. I hope you are catching in. Bole no, I forgot what word. Na vikar sangharasya pratishedakam. By that statement you are talking about anashnan anyaha vichakashiti, karma phal bhog has been refuted. It is not refuting the point that whole world resolves into that Paramatma. How come? Sarva Vedanteshu means Upanishatsu, in all the Upanishad. Srishti sthiti sanghara karanatvena brahmana prasiddhatvat. Underline that. In the whole Upanishad, all the Upanishad, yato vayamaimani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti yat prayanti abhisham vishanti ti aham sarvasya prabhava matta sarvam pravartate. Everywhere it has been mentioned that the whole world, mai ev saklam jatam, mai sarvam pratishitam, mai sarvam layam yati. It has been mentioned that whole world goes back into Paramatma. Tasmat Paramatma ev iha atta bhavitum arhati. See how he is going and tackling this. That particular mantra, when we read, we did not read like this. Only if you read like this, you can't do anything. You will only see that mantra. Brahma Sutra is a big training how to see the mantra, how to think properly, how to think in a logical but faithful manner. Logic should be under faith. Is it clear? I hope. I hope. Only you can hope. And the most you can hope, I am clear. Clear? Clear. Now, one more Purvapakshi is there. He is saying, supposing I say Atta can be Agni also, because Agni eats everything in the world. I told you. In the Shastri sense also, when we say Agni is here, this is the third point. Purvapakshi, not third point. Purvapakshi is there. Agni Devata, because Agni Devata is mentioned as Vaishwanara. What about that issue? I already told yesterday also, today also, that Agni cannot eat this, because Agni cannot eat its cause, and therefore Agni is refuted. Agni Devata or Vaishwanara, which is in the stomach, Saman. Now let me go to this sutra is over. Next sutra, Prakaranacha. Sutra number 10. 1.2.10 and 41st sutra. Prakaranacha. Prakaranacha means as per the context. As per the context. Big and cha is for also. And. What is there now? What is the context? What we are talking about context? So, itascha parmatma ev ih atta bhavitum arhati. यत कारणम प्रकरणम इदम परमात्मना न जायते मिलते वा विपश्चित इत्यादि प्रकृत ग्रहणम च न्याय्यम. See, he is saying here that the particular subject in the second valli of the first chapter of the Kathopanishad, 14th mantra of Kathopanishad was question of Nachiketa. 15th mantra onwards, the discourse of Yamadharmaraja started. And that discourse was on the nature of the Atma, where he says about Atma cannot be killed, Atma is of the nature of subtlety. He started mentioning the nature of the Atma and not about the Jeev and not about the Agni. Agni topic got over in the 1.1 only. The Agni topic, what you are raising, got over in 1.1, first chapter, first valli. And the Jeev topic got over in the first chapter only, first valli only. The context, when this was said, context was only the Paramatma. Which Paramatma? Which is Anyatra Dharmad, Anyatra Adharmad. Because Anyatra Dharmad, Anyatra Dharmad has been mentioned, that means it is not the topic of Jeev. This is which mantra? This is 1.2.14 of Kathopanishad. Sarve Vedayat Padamamananti. This is 1.2.15. Tapamsi cha yad badanti yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti tatte padam sangrahena bravimi omiti etad. I am going to tell that pad which is mentioned by the word Om. And after that, Yamadharmaraja starts his discourses. Etad vaitat. Are you following it? No? Not following. 1.2.16 onwards, he is talking only about the main self. Na jayate mrite vavi paschit, etc. He started talking about that. Okay. Understand it. So this is called Prakaranacha. Very good sutra is there. No problem. Prakaranacha. As per the context. Because topic of Jeev is not what Nachiketa had asked about. Nachiketa is asking about what is different than dharma and adharma. What is different than past and present. What is different than cause and effect. So that which is not the cause and effect is the Paramatma. That which is not the subject of dharma is Paramatma. Paramatma means main self, Brahman. And if he asks the question about which is different than cause and effect and different from dharma and adharma. And Yamadharmaraj is talking about Jeev, this will be irrelevant. This will be little going out of the question. Or he is talking about Agni Vidya. Agni Vidya he already talked about. And therefore Prakaran is not like that. That context is not what you are talking about. Okay. I'm understanding. Second point. What is second point here? Please now see second point. So prakrit grahanam cha nyayam. And second thing he says, Bhashgar says, in the first three lines, eater is being talked about. Eaten is being talked about, sorry. eaten is being talked about. 3 lines are on eaten. Yasya brahmacha kshatram cha ubhe bhavata udana mrityur yasya upasechanam. So 3 lines are on the food. Therefore we had to buy, earlier they used to make by heart the whole thing. So you don't have to open the Upanishad again and again. Well, that is there, yes. So that time is saved and you can anytime refer in your mind. Well, I find difficult to find where in the Upanishad also is there. My case is different. So first 3 lines, eaten is being talked about. Now please see. 4th line, Bhagwan Bhashyakar says that you are talking about the eater. And it is said, now second point is, now let us talk about eater. Eaten was very understood. That Brahman Kshatram was eaten. And time is also eaten. That means whole thing is eaten. I understand that. So eaten, it is easier to understand eaten. This world won't be there. This all will be gulped away. So 3 lines are easier to understand. But the 4th line, what Yamadharmaraj said, Ko ittha vedyatra saha. This is not a question. This is to say the majority cannot know. The eater is incomprehensible. Durvigya vastu. It cannot be known. It cannot be known. It is ati sukshma vastu is there. Who can know its location? That means indicate eater is not in a location. It is not in a space. So to indicate durvigyatvam and ati sukshmatvam, ka ittha vedyatra saha were used, which is Paramatma Lingam. The sign of Atma is that which cannot be known by our natural ways of knowing. Na tattar chakshur gacchati, na vag gacchati, no mana, na vidma, na vijaya. It cannot be known by conventional means of knowledges, which we are habituated to. And therefore it becomes difficult to know. Ko ittha vedyatra saha. It does not mean nobody can know it. It is indicating the incomprehensible nature of the self. Only self is there which is incomprehensible. Jivatma is not incomprehensible. You can know that this is a Jiv. If eater was the Jivatma, it can be known that this person is suffering and enjoying. Easily it is known by Pratyaksh Praman. His face is seen. Today is very happy. I don't know what he got. Or he is very sad. Who made him sad? What happened to you? People say, no, what happened to you? So the eatingness of the Jivatma is very comprehensible. If the Upanishad was talking about Jivatma, ko ittha vedyatra saha won't be said. Who will know it? Everybody knows that this person is sad by nature. Or he is happy by nature. Or today he is sad. Yesterday he was happy. It is easily known. You live with somebody, you can find it out that today is not very, I don't know, he has lost. Connection was not there today. Weak connection was there. But today he is back in form. This you cannot say about Paramatma. So Upanishad is saying, who can know? See how they are thinking. See the beautiful point is how they are coming to the conclusion, not jumping and hopping and slipping. We jump and hop and slip to the conclusion or confusion. So Koitha Ved Yatra Saha is telling about the Ati Sukshma Swarup of the Paramatma. Durvigyatvat. Okay. And see the last line of the Bhashya, 10th mantra, 10th sutra. Kaitha Ved Yatra Saiti cha Durvigyanatva Paramatmalingam. Underline that. Durvigyat doesn't mean it cannot be known. With difficulty it is known, because you are not supposed to know by the conventional means of knowledges. It is more a negation. It is more a negation involved in the knowledge, rather than you don't know it by grasping something. This almost completes. Only word meaning. Arey bhai, word meaning of Prakranat. What word meaning is there? Prakranat. Because of the context. Arey chakar is samuchayarthe. Bas. No, tell word meaning. It looks good. Okay. Main meaning you may not tell, but word meaning I'm very fond of. So Prakranat. Because of this also. So, only what was the first one because of this also you're saying? What was the first one? First one was Charachar Granat, because Charachar whole world is eaten. And second is Prakaranacha, means because of the Prakaran of the Paramatma question raised by Nachiketas. Okay. And Bhashkar adds to it that because of Durvigyat Lingat also. Because of the ling of non-comprehensibility. Koitha Ved Yatra Saha. Therefore, here Atta should be Paramatma and not Jivatma or not Agni. This completes the Adhikaran, not the Sutra also. 2 sutras are there. And about the format, we'll see. Time is over. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om.